All right, I'm going to pick up here. These are just a few more problems that are also proportions. Okay, so unlike the ones we've done previously, these will be direct proportions which you can solve by cross multiplying. So if we have a photo that we want to enlarge, it's an 8 by 10, 8 is the width and 10 is the height, and we wanted to have a new width of 12 instead of 8. What is the new height? All right, so what I did is I put the width over the height in both sides of the equation. The original width was 8 and the original height was 10. My new width is 12, so what is that new height? Notice that the 10 was the height here and the 10 is and the h is the height here, which means the heights are both in the denominator. And of course cross multiplying gives us 8 times h equals 12 times 10. Or 8h is 120, so h is 15. Okay? Another proportion. If you're looking at a road map and 1 centimeter is to 45 miles, as how many centimeters is to 225 miles, we can cross multiply that so long as the units are lined up. Miles, miles, centimeters, centimeters. So 1 times 225 is 225, and x times 45 is 45x. And when you divide both sides by 45, you get x equals 5. All right? To serve 4 people, a recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of salt. You can put the salt over the people, or the people over the salt. So, 4 people, 2 teaspoons of salt. 10 people, how many teaspoons of salt? And I'll let you solve that one. That one's very simple. Now, sometimes you're going to see what they call an extended ratio. So 5 to 7 to 15 represents the number of dogs to cats to guinea pigs in this pet store. So what we're saying is if the standard ratio is 5 to 7 to 15, in other words, 5 dogs were sold for every 7 cats, which were sold for every 15 guinea pigs. Well, let's say that we know that the guinea pigs sold in June was 45. How many cats and dogs had to have been sold? All right, let's put D for dogs and C for cats. This is something we can solve in 2 parts. We can first solve for dogs. 5 over D has to equal 15 over 45. And when you cross multiply, you get 15D equals 225. So the number of dogs is going to be 15. Now that we've solved that part of the extended ratio, let's focus on the cats. 7 over C is 15 over 45. 7 times 45 equals 15C. And when you solve for C, you will get C equals 21. We solved it 1 part at a time, first for dogs, then for cats. Notice that 15 over 45 reduces to 1/3, and so does 5 over 15, and so does 7 over 21. And so all the ratios work out. Okay, there's one problem that I want you to focus on. When it says it takes 4 cups of water mixed with 7 cups of sugar to make a sugar water solution, what they're talking about is total cups. The total cups are 7 plus 4 or 11. So the parts water to the parts total are 4 to 11 for the main mixture. So the question is, how much water would you need for 20 sugar water cups? So we say x over 20 equals 4 over 11, and again, you can cross multiply. And when you do so, you get 80 equals 11x. So x is 80 over 11. Strange number, but there you have it.